Ask the average person, where does your food come from? Who grows it? How's it grown? Most people simply don't know. We intend to find out. We're in the farmers market in Manhattan in New York City, and this is probably the most popular one. This is Union Square. You have a combination of organic markets of all types, from mushrooms and fruits to vegetables and flowers, and you also have your regular farmer as well. The question is, what do people know about their food? Why do they shop here? And what do they know about genetically engineered foods? What do they know about organic foods? I'm asked all the time, why should I pay more for food, sometimes 20, 30, 40, 50% more, because it's locally grown? So what if it's locally grown? Well, there's a lot to know about how our food is grown, where it's grown, the conditions under which it's grown. Is it organic, certified organic? Is it genetically engineered? And what does a farmer go through that really justifies this increased price? But also, have you ever noticed how tasteless most of the tomatoes and peaches, how pithy and dry they are? Most of this stuff is actually tree ripened, vine ripened. They hold it until it's really solid and full, then they harvest it. So when you get it, you're getting at the height of its sugar content and its enzyme content, which gives it its flavor. Otherwise, it's all commercially packed, put into a box, frequently gassed, and then by the time you get it, it might look okay, but there's no taste. So we're going to talk with some of these people here. We have fresh sprouts, and we have mushrooms, we have fresh produce. I see peaches. We're at the farmers market, the largest one in the New York area, probably the largest one in the New York State area. This is called Union Square. I've been coming here for as long as it's been open on Saturdays to support local farming and support organic. So we're going to talk with people. It'll be interesting to see what they have to say, both the farmers and the people shopping here. This is arugula. These are called microgreens. This is a mix. The mix means that where normally a whole arugula might take 45 days to grow, this might grow in under 30 days. And they're sweeter. They have a more dynamic flavor. In fact, the larger the arugula, the more mature the arugula, generally the more bitter it is. And the microgreens, this is what a lot of chefs are using, a lot of upscale restaurants. Then they have the broccoli sprouts, very important for preventing cancer. And they're very reasonably priced, $2 for a box. Now that's actually cheaper than what you could buy them in a health food store. So frequently you actually find items that are less expensive in a farmer's market because this guy has to grow everything, harvest it, wash it, spin it, put it in these coolers, bring it down here, and then he has to get rid of it because he didn't want to take anything back because there's no market back at home. He'd have to eat it or throw it away. So they price stuff to really move in and out. So you know this is good. This was harvested yesterday. You're going to buy it today and you'll eat it today or tomorrow. This is something we have not historically seen much of in farmers markets. Large variety of wonderful herbs, like they have spearmint, orange mint, that's rare. Thai basil, purple basil, sweet basil, I like the lemon basil, and cinnamon basil, chocolate mint, all of these, sage, purple sage, and lots of restaurants buy these, but also more and more people are appreciating what herbs do and not only bringing up the flavor of a dish, but also adding medicinal values, like sage is medicinal, peppermint is medicinal, basil is medicinal. These are great for you. Look at marjoram, stevia, that's a sweetener, thyme, chives, parsley, oregano. Oregano has natural antibacterial, antifungal. In fact, anytime you're getting sick, if you have the wild oregano oil, it's terrific for your throat and killing microorganisms. Teas, lemon. Lovage, sorrel, feverfew. Feverfew is great for a headache. Rosemary, tarragon. Wonderful aroma. Love and lavender. You're also saying peppers. Not long ago, I was at Immokalee down in Florida, just due east of Naples. And it's the last town before you hit the Everglades, going across the state. And it's where an awful lot of farms are. And they have at least 100 different variety of, in the Latino community, 100 different variety of peppers. But it's good to see people are having pep. Why would you come here instead of going to a regular supermarket?
Because we're with our grandson.
But quality, freshness.
Do you buy regular, organic? What do you buy?
Organic for the most part.
Good. Now, what would you suggest would be your rationale for wanting to support a local market versus a supermarket?
Oh gosh, I support local businesses wherever I can. We do it in New York, we do it in the neighborhood, we live in this neighborhood. So for us, supporting local producers is extremely important. I don't need to tell you how important it is not to be using fertilizers and not to be using a lot of products, chemical products that Big Farm uses. So
You're also, why do you shop here? Why do you support a local farmer's market?
Because so many reasons. We're vegetarian. I like to get food that's not gone through a million processes. Yeah, and Dylan, are you vegetarian? Yeah. Support farmers, support local farming, things that aren't shipped from so far away, and trying to have stuff that's either organic or low pesticide. And so for him to learn where food comes, all of those reasons. It's better to, keep big agribusiness like Monsanto out and support local farmers and know where your food comes from. So
You care about supporting farmers, sustainability, organic.
And, we try and take him to, local community gardens so he can see where food comes from. Like, he wasn't eating tomatoes, and then we went to a garden, and he picked it and ate it, and then after he did that, then now he wants them all the time. So,
is this your newest one under there?
This is my newest one.
Oh.
And see, he's only just turned 3. He's vegetarian and, eats healthy and organic, and he's like huge. So. Oh yeah, you got flowers?
Yeah, we're gonna take them home.
How's that tomato, Dylan?
Your father and I used to work together on WBAI
Oh really?
years ago.
So funny. Yeah.
How does it feel to have a father who's so conscious of social issues that he goes around the world trying to help other people all the time?
And it's a great lesson for the kids to grow up around. I took him to Catskill Animal Sanctuary to learn about animals. Dylan, what we learn at the farm about animals?
Animals have feelings too.
Animals have feelings too?
Yeah.
You bet they do.
So, yes, you teach them to learn, so it's really great. So what, you're doing a TV program?
I'm doing a documentary on being more conscious of the choices we make. When people sit in a restaurant, they eat a veal, they don't know where that veal came from, they don't know how it suffered.
Right.
They're eating cheese, they're eating pesticides, genetically engineered. They're not conscious of this. Fried foods, deep fried foods, pizzas, hot dogs, hamburgers. And then one day they end up with diabetes, their kids end up with diabetes. Your kid's a healthy kid.
Yeah, and
he's very large for 3.
Here's an example. So in his daycare, Friday was McDonald's day. So I pulled him out of daycare for lunch and took him out and got him some healthy food because, I just,
McDonald's Day at daycare.
It was McDonald's Day at daycare.
You would think with all the discussion that daycare wouldn't have a treat to go to McDonald's.
And I was just like, I don't even want him sitting next to someone having it, so, getting the kids Happy Meals at daycare. And he's 3 years old,
Yellow flowers.
So it's a struggle, and I think a lot of people think I'm too strict with him in terms of less sugar and not as many, treats, but you can we have blueberries and, fruits and all sorts of delicious stuff. And
Well, look what you don't have. Tooth cavities, hyperactivity, diabetes, heart disease at a young age, obesity.
I love flowers.
So if they think you're a little eccentric or a little extreme, ask them how extreme is having a child now who will not outlive their parents.
Right.
That's extreme.
And the thing is that they like what they get used to, right? So he eats plain yogurt. He doesn't have to have like Go-Gurt with colors and sugar and flavor or something. He likes it. I give him that. I give him make oatmeal with wheat germ and flax, and brown and cinnamon, and that's it. No sugar, and he loves it. So it's like they'll eat what they, you don't have to get everything.
For all the
junk food.
parents in America, the younger parents who are raising children, you have two? Okay. And you chose to be a vegetarian. What message would you have for them? Because they're going to for other parents, because they're going to get hassled, they're going to get ridiculed and mocked for their choices.
Well, I mean, I think just like sticking to your beliefs on it, and I think a lot, especially kids, are naturally animal lovers, and if they understand that meat